Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steeler Nation what's on our minds. I'm Melanie Friedlander. The Steelers have only played 3 games this season so far, but the injuries are already piling up. The training room is getting packed with Pittsburgh players landing on reserve injured list, more commonly known as injured reserve or IR. For now, the Steelers have good depth at most positions, but that could change as the weeks go by, and the challenge may be bringing the right players back. Based on rules changes that were approved by the league in 2022, each team can bring back 8 players from injured reserve. Any player that is designated to return must miss a minimum of 4 games, and a bye week does not count as part of that total. A single player can be brought back from IR twice, but that would count as 2 of the total 8 returns. Unlike in the past, they do not need to designate which players will return at the time they go on IR, with one exception. Before they played a single snap beyond preseason, tackle Dylan Cook and linebacker Jeremiah Moore were both placed on injured reserve as part of the cutdown to the final 53-man roster. They were listed as designated to return at that time. Cook was dealing with a foot injury sustained during training camp. Moon's injury was never reported. Without the designation to return at that time, they would have had no chance to come back. At the same time, safety Ryan Watts and outside linebacker Julius Welshoff, who both suffered injuries in the team's preseason finale, went on IR without a return designation, so they can't come back. With both Cook and Moon already designated, that leaves only 6 other chances to bring a player back from IR. And as that list grows, it looks like some potentially valuable players will miss out on that chance. The Steelers currently have 11 players on IR. Offensive lineman Nate Herbig, who needs surgery for a torn rotator cuff, and punter Cameron Johnston, who sustained a serious knee injury, are both done for the year. That still leaves more players than opportunities to return without accounting for any future injuries to starters. The team can't afford to spend a 7th-round pick on a rookie like defensive lineman Logan Lee and miss a chance to bring back a key player who goes down with injury early in the second half of the season. Cornerback Corey Trice Jr., who is starting to make an impact during his few defensive snaps, may not get a chance to get back on the field, depending on how the season and the injuries to his teammates go. And that would be a shame. It's the frustrating side of the roster limits. It's a numbers game, and the team has to be smart when they decide who could be a significant contributor, like Tyler Matakevich, a special team stud, or even rookie tackle Troy Fautanu, who likely wouldn't make it back until the playoffs after a recent patellar dislocation required surgery. It's too soon for the decision to be made for any of them, but they may have to wait longer than the 4-week minimum to see if there is room on the roster. That's my take. You can follow me on Twitter at GirlSurgeon. Check out The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow us on SteelersDepot.com and check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.